Assalamu alaikum. We're getting ready to start the program. Again, we'd like to welcome everyone here. Inshallah, Allah will give you safe return to wherever your destinations may be once the program is complete. At this time, I would like to bring up a brother whose family has great lineage in the community, Brother Dr. Ali Al-Mansour. Would you please come up and say some words?
Assalamu alaikum. It is my pleasure to be here in the community. I love each and every one of you. At the heart of every revolution, there is love. And with love being at the heart of every revolution, we must understand our duty. In understanding our duty, we have an understanding that we must be unified. And as we are unified in a focused understanding of achievement, we may get to that end goal. So it is my pleasure to be here. My name is Dr. Ali Abdullah Tariq Al-Mansour, the son of Dr. Khalid Abdullah Tariq Al-Mansour. And when I say it is my pleasure, it is my pleasure. So I thank each and every one of you for being here. Law and justice. What does that truly mean? Ikra, ikra, ikra. Read, read, read. My father instilled those values in me early on. When you have values that are instilled in a young black man, it forces you to understand who you are and why you are here. If he was here today, he would say, stand up, share with the people our dream. Stand up and tell the people why the dream should never be a nightmare, because each and every one of us have duties and obligations to the next generation. Education is the weapon of choice. Education was used by Mandela. Education was used by the brother Malik El-Haj Shabazz. Education was used by Dr. Al-Mansour. So when we say education, what does that mean when we're talking about laws and justice? Having an education gives you the foundation for answering the call. Answering the call to justice is required when you have people that are relying on you to help you get to where we're trying to get to. Sometimes we focus on so many issues as opposed to keeping it more so simplified. Laws and justice. When we say read, when we say travel, those are the examples all the way from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all the way through many of the prophets in the Bible, many of the prophets in the Quran. It is vital that we apply that standard of excellence academic. It is important that we apply that standard of excellence in our deeds each and every day. It has to be what we do in order to prepare our people for success. So I come to you looking at, when we say laws, Many of the laws around the world are created. Many tend to embody oppression. Oppression is harmful for the average person. Oppression is harmful for the average citizen that is able to see darkness. Our duty, our right, has to be to bring the light through the world. Through the world, through reading, through the world, through traveling. There's a reason why the Sunnah says travel the world, even if you have to go to Egypt, even if you have to go to China, even if you have to go throughout the world in order to gather information. So when we give information, it must be such that we're going to do what we need to do with that information. Many times you have information, many times you have a duty, and it's not applied in a way that is beneficial for the community. When we look at justice, when we look at fair play, it is vital that we continue to fellowship. It is vital that we continue to push each other to achieve the goals and aspirations of the community, and hold each other to that standard. Hold each other to achieve for the race. When we say rise and unite, the black man's back, that's who we are. Glories of the black race was written centuries before most people even thought about black history. So when we say Jahiz, when we say the glories of the black race, we have to understand that we already had advanced civilization. When we look at the laws in the United States, a wise man once said, the seal and the Constitution reflect the thinking of the founding fathers, that this was to be a nation by white people and for white people. Blacks, Native Americans were to be the burden bearers of the real citizens of this nation. When we say laws and justice, when we say how was the intent of the framers, they looked at the Dred Scott. When you look at black people were considered chattel or property, they didn't have us in mind. So when we look at our history, when we look at the laws, we look at fair play, it is vital that we have more students who go to law school, who learn laws, who emphasize needs in the community. So I'm here sharing knowledge, sharing wisdom, sharing an approach that is going to be needed. Rise and unite. The community has to be back. Each and every day, we have to ask ourselves as a community, are we doing things that will enable the community to move forward? Each and every day, we have to ask ourselves whether or not we are moving the narrative so that it is inclusive of the goals of the black community. As I leave and as I close, legacy was given. Legacy can't be taken for granted. Legacy is the continued struggle for freedom for those that you know and for those that you don't know. Justice and freedom equality, all the things that Malcolm died for, all the things that King stood for, and all the things that Muhammad Ali stood for, all around the world. As a community, as a ummah, it is vital that we continue to grow black dignity, unification all over the world. We need to look at how we are defined in the United States and throughout the world. Being international citizens, rights and duties have to be enforced and have to continue to push the narrative that protects all people of color throughout the world. Inshallah, it is my pleasure. I want to say thank you to Imam Abdul Malik for giving me an opportunity to come up here and share words of wisdom and also to be with the family. It is always a pleasure to see people here to learn. You never know what Allah has planned for you, but as you step forward on faith and as you step forward on continuing to live the legacy of all the brothers who have died for each and every one of us to see the light, to see what we need to do as we continue to move forward. I bless each and every one of you. Inshallah.
ITV, Call of Peace.